I don't know if I can just go. I was under the assumption that things would be different. Alright, I'm just gonna go then. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. We have Echo. That's not good. But yeah. What's up, guys? I hope you enjoyed the previous runs. They've all been good games so far, in my opinion. Link to the Past is always cool, of course. I've seen Evoland twice before at BSG's. Cruel is always beasting it with that game. I heard there were a bunch of soft locks being found during that run live on stream, so that's cool. Soft locks are always fun. This game also has soft locks. We're gonna be trying to avoid them though, because yeah, we don't play with a memory card, so if I soft lock, that would be bad. But yeah. In addition to soft locks, cutscenes. Yes, this game loves its cutscenes, so we're gonna be coming off to a bit of a slow start here. But yeah, that's fine. It gives me some time to bond with all you fine people. Alright, we actually have gameplay here, believe it or not. It's not much, though. There we go. There. Get the boring gameplay out of the way.
Power up complete.
Take a quick sip of water there. It's important to stay hydrated. It's... You know, you'd think a game with as much water as this, you'd be fine, but no, you need to stay hydrated. But yeah, Super Mario Sunshine, I'm assuming that most of you people have already seen this run at some point, but
I hope to be of assistance.
the main goal for this run is to defeat Shadow Mario in every world. There's 7 worlds, and Shadow Mario is the 7th shine that you can get in every world. So, usually this is pretty straightforward. You just clear shine 1 through 7, and then you move on to the next world. But, there are a few skips in this game. Oh my lord, I think... people are being funny in chat. People are being funny. But yeah, there are some skips in this game, some of which are really cool, some of them are trivial. But I think you guys will enjoy it. Oh my god, I can't believe he just actually did that. This might be a very short run. These fools are ruining my mojo right here. I can't do a speed run like this. It's no way to treat your marathon runners. Oh, you guys. But no matter, we shall carry on. Alright, that was a decent airstrip time. I can't complain about that. To be honest. But yeah, here's the big whammy. We got the 3-minute cutscene here. This is kind of a bad kid. A lot of people, like, I find that especially people who do not actually speedrun this game complain about the cutscenes. Honestly, if you're a runner, they're not too bad unless you're dealing with heavy resets, but I guess that's up to you, right? To not play so poorly that you need to reset all the time. But yeah, if I know that there's a few SM64 runners here, so the main differences between this game and SM64, the movement is similar but slightly different. Sunshine is an updated version of the SM64 engine, basically, so the movement's a little bit tighter, a little bit smoother. They removed some movement options, they added some new ones, most of them involving FLUDD. Water slides are actually the fastest way to move in this game, as opposed to Super Mario 64, where you're going to be seeing a lot of long jumps, mainly.
It's quite obvious.
Jump dives are still a thing, and they're fast as well. There's going to be levels where we can't use Flood, and that's the fastest way to move in those. And, yeah, I mean, other than that, like, the main difference is that you can't do the shines in any order. But for this run, that doesn't really matter. Like, if we could do the shines in any order, then we would be able to go to Corona Mountain with 8 shines. So, that would be kind of weird. That's not a thing. We need to collect more than that. More than that. Quite a few more. But yeah, we pretty much fully skip one of the worlds. It's gonna come up around the 20-minute mark in the run. It's pretty early. And there's a few more shines that are skipped.
Shine sprites are the source of power on Isle Delfino.
But yeah, it's not like SM64 in that you need a certain number of shines. You just need to defeat Shadow Mario. So that's why we can't have a snappy category name like 70 star. It's just any percent, because the number of shines could go down when we find new skips. And yeah, like Rowan just noted in chat, currently there's 44 shines that we collect. I was trying to keep the suspense up, you know, like, how many shines is he gonna get? I don't know. You ruined it, Rowan. You ruined it. Alright. All jokes aside, cutscenes are just about over. There's one short stinger here, but it's not too big of a deal. Oh yeah, and you probably noticed there's only English voice acting in this game. Every version of the game has English voice acting. There's no Japanese or any other language, it's all English. The voice acting is slightly different though in the Japanese version, because some of the words are pronounced poorly, so they like re-recorded some stuff. But yeah, here right off the bat we're gonna be fighting another one of these guys. These fights aren't very exciting. There's a few of them at the start of the game. They can be, like, deceptive. Like, if you mess up on one of those sprays, you'll lose 2 seconds right off the bat. So, you want to be kind of careful on them, actually. Like, the guy on the airstrip, it doesn't matter where you spray him. Like, he won't care, but for all subsequent polluted piranha plants, if you spray them while their mouth isn't open, they won't take none of that, and it loses 2 seconds. Yeah, here we get our first Shadow Mario fight in the game. There is a quick kill for this one. Most of them have quick kills, not all of them are commonly used. This one is commonly used, so I'm gonna try and get it here. Okay, I almost got it. You saw that I, like, delivered a spam spray, which is this. This is a spam spray. When I was really close to him, and then I only had to hit him, like, with 2 more drops of water. So that was a pretty fast kill. It wasn't the quick kill, though. If you do that quick kill properly, he'll immediately go down when you deliver that first spam spray. And it saves, like, between 2 and 3 seconds compared to doing it normally. So that's quite significant. That's kind of a fake out. Shadow Mario is not actually in this level. He just appears in the opening cutscene. But we're not even gonna go there. We're gonna skip this shine. This is the only shine in the game that is intended to be skippable. Instead of defeating the polluted piranha, we're gonna go here, use one of these spiders to get up to the windmill, and then we're just gonna go straight to PD Piranha, who is the boss of Bianco Hills 2. So we never complete Bianco Hills 1, we just go straight up to this guy. And we ruin his day, because he's just here chilling out, and then Mario steps onto the roof, and the whole thing breaks. And like, PD's day's ruined, Mario learns that he really needs to lose some weight, you know, no one's having any fun here. And then to top it all off, Mario just decides to kill PD for no reason. PD's having a really bad day. But yeah, unfortunately it's necessary, you know. in order to stop the onslaught of Shadow Mario. This fight's pretty straightforward. Just spray him in the mouth. He can headbutt you, but if you stand to his side like you'll see me doing, then he won't headbutt you. He'll just turn and be a nice plant. Shoot him in the face. Just like that. We can swag out a little here. I set up for the shine grab. And that is Bianco Hills 2. So coming up is Bianca Hills 3, which is the first floodless level. Henceforth, I will be referring to them as secrets, because that's what they're called in the game. This one's called the Hillside Secret. And what secrets are is you just enter some sort of door and you get transported into a pocket dimension where there's a bunch of moving platforms and there's a shine. Don't know how that works. Delfino Island is a mystical place. But yeah, Shadow Mario shows up. You'll see in the cutscene coming up. It's a very short cutscene. Like a few seconds. Yeah, Shadow Mario comes up and steals your water gun. He's not a very nice guy. Oh, Rowan actually corrected me. The Hillside Cave Secret. I'm sorry. I've been playing on Japanese for too long. I've forgotten the level names. You'll have to excuse me. Alright, that was clean. This is a fairly straightforward secret. There's an easier strat you can do for that, but it's slightly slower. But yeah, I didn't mess it up, which is good. Yo, I'm getting sassed on. This isn't good. Alright. This Bloated Piranha fight is nice. Toad getting in the way. This one's a little bit special for two reasons. First of all, this is the first double Polluted Piranha. We have to defeat two of them in a row here. And secondly, we're going to be performing a minor skip during the second half of the fight. After you defeat this guy, the Rico Harbor level entrance will appear, but while that's happening, we're going to go back into Bianco Hills. And that saves us from having to go back to Bianco Hills after that cutscene stops playing. Saves about 9 seconds. It's a nice little time save, but there you go. It looks really funny. Because Mario, like, kind of pops up there, and his face is all weird because he's entering a level. And then the camera does funky stuff. Alright, red coin shines are cool, they have good movement. I suggest you just sit and watch. Hopefully I won't mess it up. Like I said, water slides are used all over the place because it's the fastest way to move. And water sliding off of ledges allows you to like, get high speeds in the air, which is nice in certain spots. Okay, that was actually a pretty clean Bianco 4. Assuming I don't miss the shine here. Which I shouldn't, okay. That would have been embarrassing, not gonna lie. That was pretty alright. So now I need to revisit PD Piranha. We didn't actually kill him, I was just joking earlier. But yeah, he's got a bit of a mean streak, because he's a lot less nice here. Like, we broke his roof, we made him fall down, we made him disappear, and now he's angry. So he's gonna throw luck-based fight at us. Which isn't very nice. Like, generally in speedrunning, we don't like luck. So he can be really mean. On average, you don't lose too much time. Like, you're usually within 15 seconds of what would be the best luck, but it can be ridiculously bad. I've personally had a fight that was a minute slower than the best you can possibly get. Just purely down to luck. So he can be a big meanie. Let's hope that he's not a big meanie. Okay, this is a good first spot. There's only certain spots where he can go. You can't spray him while he's flying, it won't do anything. So you need to wait for him to reach a spot where he'll stop. And, like, I know where all the spots are. He's gonna go here now. Some spots leave him only with one option for where to go next. This is one of them. He's gonna come here now. This is guaranteed. But after this, he'll have a few different options, two of which are good, and the others are bad in terms of speed. So I'm gonna hope that he goes in that direction, because that would be a really good pattern. Okay, he didn't do it. If he goes straight to the river now, it's still pretty good. Okay, and he does go straight to the river. So this is pretty lucky. This is above average for sure. If we can not get destroyed by the blobs. Those guys can be aggressive, man. Oh. Thought he was gonna turn. So that manipulation that we do on the first fight, it doesn't work here. Standing to his side doesn't do anything. So here we just have to get lucky that he doesn't try to headbutt us. And he actually also creates a tornado when he headbutts, so it's pretty dangerous on this fight. Yeah, that was pretty decent luck. Can't complain at all about that. Pretty good pace right now. Best pace I've had in the past couple of days. I haven't been playing this category much. I had been focusing on 120 shines because I had the run last week, or last weekend at Dutchj. And right now I'm in the process of learning Super Mario World 96 exits, so that's been taking up most of my speedrunning time. I've also been in the process of updating my strats for this category, so I haven't really been doing runs of it. I really want to make a push for top 3. I'm currently barely hanging on to my top 10 spot, which I'd like to do better than that. Yeah, this game is insanely competitive. It's got like a lot of high-level players from all over the world. A lot of them are Japanese. A few of them are American. And then there's a couple of good Europeans as well. Alright, so this is the level skip that I was talking about. We're going to be skipping straight to the 8th shine here. And completing the 8th shine allows us to go straight to the 7th shine, which is Shadow Mario. So this is actually the first world that we're going to complete. The reason we don't complete Bianco Hills first is because it saves time on cutscenes, which... Basically, whenever there's something going on in the plaza, when you exit a level, there will be a cutscene, and this cuts down on those cutscenes. Okay, so I want to use this coconut to clip into this hut and get the shine. Like so. First try. That's good. Had a little bit of trouble getting the coconut up to the hut, but that's fine. It happens. Alright, so that unlocked every shine in Gelato Beach. As you can see here, we've got episode 8, and now I can go to episode 7. Just like the way it worked in Super Mario 64. Those game mechanics are still in place, but you just usually can't use them. But yeah, in this situation where we kind of break the game, we can. I like the music in this game. So that was another quick kill. You can defeat Shadow Mario faster in this level, but it's really hard, so it's not something that I go for yet. I will eventually, though. I really want to go for the fastest strats on everything eventually. Okay, so now I want to go to Pianta Village, which you may not have known, but you can access this level without the rocket nozzle. It's really easy to do with Yoshi, but you can do it with just Mario, like so. It's not that hard of a trick. It looks pretty tricky, but it's pretty easy. Alright, so there's some minor luck in this level as well. It can lose 6 seconds. Which is, like, not the worst thing in the world, but... of course, we'd rather get lucky. So far, this is good luck. But the third guy is the one that matters the most. Okay, we got good luck on the third guy. He can be on the other side of this cliff, and it loses between 4 and 6 seconds. So that was nice. Pianta Village is a relatively straightforward level. There's not a lot of super hard stuff here, but there is a lot of luck. There's 3 shines here that are luck-based, and there's another spot in one of the shines where it's really unlikely, but you can get unlucky and just straight up die, which loses a lot of time. But yeah, like, the other stuff is all fairly simple. Like, this is a Piantissimo race. This is about the closest thing that you'll find to an auto-scroller in this game. It's the same as the Koopa the Quick races in Super Mario 64, except for the fact that Piantissimo doesn't rubber band, so it doesn't matter how fast I finish this. As you can see, he's quite slow. We can outrun him pretty easily here, especially with the help of water slides. He takes about 27 seconds to finish, so we can use that extra time to set up our position for the shine grab, just like we did in the PD Piranha fight. And that is it. Rowan just mentioned in chat about Sandbird. I was talking about like any percent specifically, but even Sandbird, as in speedruns, Sandbird is not an auto-scroller anymore. So we skip all the stuff in Gelato, but I'm sure people who played this game as a kid know that there is the Sandbird level in Gelato Beach. But, like, relatively recent findings have made that level, a lot more skill-based. And not an auto-scroller anymore, which is really nice. Because it was a really boring level in the past. I definitely agree. So yeah, we damage boost through the lava here. I think I've never met anyone who beat this level the intended way as a child. Everyone had their own cheaty ways to beat it. This is the most cheaty way. You just abuse invincibility frames and go straight through the lava. Personally, I went through the river as a child. You can splash the river water on the goop and make it that way. Yeah, here's another Chomp level. This time we got one big mean Mother Hubbard. There he is. He's giving me the worst pattern, but this only loses about 2 seconds. Oh, wow, I missed the water slide. And I got a slow walk on the bridge. Dang it. Alright. I want to have my camera straight behind him because that allows me to push him forward. Which is kind of weird, but it works that way, and it makes him go faster. And then we kind of let him go into the pool himself. Oh, I actually messed up. I didn't cool him down enough, so I need to pull him in. But yeah, if you clean him down there and then just grab his chain, just about when he reaches the pool, he'll like go in by himself. You don't need to pull him in like I just did. It's called chain skip. It's not that hard, I just didn't spam spray properly there. It was my bad. Okay, so this next level is one of the largest luck-based levels in the game. And it also has a cool skip that we do in order to get into the secret, because this is a secret level. So normally you would need Yoshi here, because there's goop covering the secret entrance. That normally you need Yoshi to make it go away. But just like in Gelato Beach Skip, where we determined that walls are optional, we can do a similar thing here, and we don't even need a fruit this time. We can just kind of walk right in. ID. Got an instant ledge grab there. Okay, that's fine. Second try. Doesn't lose much time. But yeah, we just go in like that. That's called Yoshi skip, because, hey, we don't need Yoshi. And this is kind of an annoying secret. Like I said, there's luck involved here. The very last guy, if you get really lucky on him, you can save close to half a minute. We're probably not getting it. I would have had it, but I got unlucky on the first few guys. Okay, so if I would have gotten here while he was still in this area, I could have gotten thrown straight to the shine. I actually chose not to do a strat that I would do if I was doing PB attempts. The reason I didn't do it is because it's kind of risky, and I would rather not die here for the sake of the marathon. So I would have gotten the early cycle is what we call it. I would have gotten that if I'd gone for that strat, but I could have also died. So I decided not to do it. But yeah, that's okay. He was actually moving pretty fast, so it was still pretty good. Okay, and this is probably the hardest level in Pianta Village. Here we need to clean 10 Piantas, and there is an insane amount of optimization that you can do in this level. Like, the strats that the world record holder, Nindide, does here are actually insane. So we want to try and, like, get these guys out of the goop from far away whenever we can. I sprayed that guy when I was rolling out earlier. And here, we spray that lady before we get to her, so that she's ready to be cleaned. Similar thing here, roll out spray, so this guy wakes up. Oh, dang. Ah, I didn't get the rollout spray. That was kind of a silly mistake. Yeah, same thing here. Okay, this is not a great time. I'm looking to get a 210 or better. But yeah, the world record holder, he sometimes gets like 216 in runs, which is insane. Like, I can't do that. My best is a 213 here. The strats to get those like, insane times are just incredibly difficult and hard to pull off consistently. Yeah, that about wraps up Pianta Village. Now we just need to take care of Shadow Mario. Our big old pal. The Blue Man Group member. Yo, the Blue Man Group is actually pretty cool. I don't know if any of you have ever seen one of their shows, but those guys are pretty darn entertaining. Unlike Shadow Mario here. So really shouldn't be comparing them. But whatever. You can get him before this little railing. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. It doesn't lose much time, though. Alright, and with that, we're moving on to Pinna Park. Normally, while unlocking Pinna Park, there's a pretty long cutscene. I'm gonna be skipping it using a skip called Honey Skip. It's called that because it was found by someone called Honey SM64. But basically what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go out of bounds by clipping into this tower. And out of bounds, there are death planes that if you stand on them too long, you die. And I'm gonna abuse that to die right when the cutscene starts. So I just died at the same time as activating the cutscene. And that will make me just appear right here on the level entrance. Which is where you would normally appear after the cutscene. But we skipped the entire cutscene. And it saves about 15 seconds. So it's a very nice skip. And then coming right up here, there's actually 2 more long cutscenes in this level, but we skip both of those as well. For some reason, if you exit level while entering these cutscenes, you skip them. And it's a godsend, because these cutscenes, both of them put together, are probably 3 minutes long. They're like stupidly long, so it's great that we can skip them. There's one at the end of this fight as well, and you'll see me go into the pause menu and exit level once again at the end of this fight. But yeah, this fight is a bunch of pretty hard rocket shots. And I can get an early rocket grab here, potentially. Okay, I got it. Nice. That's a perfect fight. So what I did there is I sprayed one of the rockets that was on the rails ahead of me on the track. And that's pretty hard, like you need to spray in a really specific spot. But that allows you to deliver the last hit way faster than you normally would be able to. It saves about 4 seconds. Which, that's not a huge amount of time, but it's just a really nice time save to pick up. And like, trying for it doesn't really have any inherent risks, so it's really worth going for. Unfortunately, it's really difficult, and as far as I know, there's literally nobody who is consistent at it. Like, I consider myself pretty good at that strat, but I still only get it maybe like 2/3 of the time, and that's like an optimistic guess. So in this level, this is another secret. The secret is inside the cannon, and you're supposed to fight the mole by throwing bombs at him. But the load zone's already there, so we can just go through the mole and skip the whole fight business, which is pretty nice. And this is, without a doubt, the easiest secret in the game, because it's very lenient. Right here, we need to wait for these blocks. There's no way to make it up here and make the cycle before this, so... And even if you would, you'd still need to wait for this one, because the cycles don't line up nicely. If you look at the TAS, there's a pretty old TAS of this game. The TAS actually gets the earlier cycle on the first set of disappearing blocks, but then it still needs to wait for the second set, so it doesn't save any time. Which is unfortunate. It would be really cool if that was the thing that we could go for, because it is possible to do. It's just ridiculously difficult. Alright, so here's another red coin. This one's probably even crazier than the one in Bianco Hills, because there's like a lot of moving stuff. Well, mainly the boats, but there's also a bunch of enemies that you need to dodge. But yeah, I'm gonna abuse the geometry of the boats here to gain height, and then get this coin. Previously, you would get that coin later. We'd get it 6th instead of 3rd. Oh, hello. My jump did not work there. Okay, that means I won't be able to jump on the boat. Normally, you would jump onto that boat when it's right up there. But that's fine. That doesn't lose much time. Okay, there we go. That was okay. Yeah, those electric Koopas here can really mess you up. It's easy to walk into them, so you want to be careful. Definitely not to be taken lightly. Okay, so this is the level that would ordinarily unlock Yoshi. So if you were to do a route where you don't do Yoshi skip, you would need to unlock this first before you can complete Pianta. And we need to beat this level in order to go into Serena Beach as well. It's possible to get into Serena Beach without Yoshi, but it's super slow, so we just want Yoshi. And we need to beat this shine anyway, because there's no way to get to Pinna 7 without beating this. We do actually do a skip after this level that skips episode 5 of this world. But unfortunately we need Yoshi, because we do it in episode 3. But the fact that we need Yoshi means that we still need to beat episode 3 and 4. Which is quite unfortunate. If we could do that skip without Yoshi, then we could skip a bunch more shines, but the way that episode 6, which is the level that we're going to be completing next, the way that that is designed is that, like, you need Yoshi. There's no other way. You literally need to put Yoshi in a certain spot in order to activate a load zone into a secret level. So, what we're going to be doing is... You're not normally able to get Yoshi inside the park until you're in episode 6. But there is a Yoshi on the beach in the earlier episodes. So we're gonna circumvent the load zone to the park, which normally takes Yoshi away, and get Yoshi in the park anyway. And there's also like a bunch of invisible walls and stuff, so you're gonna be seeing me do a lot of weird stuff here, and I'm gonna try and explain it as we go. So I'm gonna need 2 of these enemies here, and you'll see why in a second. So we need a coconut because Yoshi wants one. It's around here. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna need a durian or a papaya as well, because we need an orange Yoshi for this. You don't just need to get Yoshi into a certain position, it needs to be a certain color as well. And then I also need this durian because I need Yoshi to be purple for the skip. I'm gonna get rid of this guy because he's in my way. Okay, so I'm gonna need these guys. These guys are gonna help me get into the park with Yoshi, so I need them to follow me. Now, Yoshi can turn enemies into platforms like this, and the color of Yoshi determines how the platforms behave. So if Yoshi's purple, then the platforms move forward. And right now, I'm traveling through a gigantic invisible wall. I'm inside of a wall right now. If I was not on this platform, I wouldn't be able to go through it. And it just kind of works out that these platforms allow you to go through. It's, like, really lucky. And then I need to get Orange Yoshi over here. There's not just an invisible wall there, but the ground is also, like, fake. Because you can actually go through those invisible barriers by simply performing a sidestep, which is not something that I've shown off yet in the run. And you actually can't do it without Flood. You need Flood to sidestep. But you can go through those walls with sidesteps, but the ground isn't there, so you just fall through the ground, and yeah, you can't go through. Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking secret. There's nothing really special about it. You just need to make the cycles. The movement looks cool. There's a swag strat there that I don't do because it's dumb, but I think I'll just mention it. It's called Under the Top. If you saw, I went like over the barrier near all those moving Yoshi egg blocks, but you can also go under that barrier and it's like super scary. I know how to do it, but it's not something that I want to go for because it's pretty hard. Alright, and here we mop up our next Shadow Mario. like so, and I'd like to give a shout out to Dutchj LFG. Do 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 do. That's one of my Twitch emotes, in case you didn't know. It's my hype emote. It's just that guy, basically. Alright, so this is about the halfway mark of the run. So now we're going to be heading into Rico. This is widely considered to be the easiest level in the game. There's not a lot of stuff here that can really mess you up. But that being said, you don't want to take it too lightly either. This first shine is pretty straightforward. You just fight a boss, much like PD Piranha. Except he's arguably even more straightforward. You only need to hit him twice. Now, the way that the developers intend you to fight this boss is by removing his tentacles so that he can't attack you anymore, but if you sneak in between his attacks with the right timing, then he'll just be helpless like this, and he won't attack you either way. So we don't need to waste time on taking off those tentacles. We don't have to abuse this squid any more than necessary. Anyhow, 2 hits, and he's gone. And he goes back to his natural habitat, the ocean. So yeah, this next shine is very straightforward. It's the shine in the big cage. Now, they intended you to go over and through the top of the cage, but... Oh, wait. Episode 2 is first. Hello. I just completed episode 1. This is not the cage shine sprite. This is the blooper safari. So, this shine's pretty weird because we don't actually use any bloopers. It's faster not to use them because... As I've mentioned, water sliding is the fastest way to move in this game, so we're going to be abusing that. And the fact that the game doesn't enforce you to be on the bloopers. So instead of picking a blooper here like this guy wants us to do, we're just going to go up on this wall. And that actually starts the timer conveniently. And then we just move to the checkpoints. There's invisible checkpoints here. That's why we're taking this route. I'm hitting both of those checkpoints and then just going to the finish. Like so. So yeah, fully blooperless blooper safari, interestingly enough. And it saves like a total of between 4 and 5 seconds to not use any bloopers in this level, so it's pretty good. Like, bloopers are too slow for this plumber. Who needs them? Alright, so now is the cage shine sprite. So we're just gonna be going under the cage. The developers put a exit on the bottom of the cage, but you can also use it as an entrance. They didn't really think that one through very well. So you just hover under, grab onto it, go in, grab the shine. Really straightforward. Makes it pretty much the shortest shine in the game. It's like this and a few of the Shadow Marios are all under a minute. And a few more shines. But yeah. This one's under 50 seconds, which is really fast in this game. Okay, so now we got another secret, and this is one of the harder ones. So far, we've only been doing relatively straightforward ones. This is a hard secret. There's a lot of cycles in this one. The entire level is basically a bunch of rotating blocks. So if you mess up, you'll get off your cycle, and then it becomes really hard to complete the level without dying. So far, so good. I'm gonna go to the left of this peg for safety. Normally I go to the right, but I didn't trust it. I was a little bit late. Didn't go as fast as I could have gone there, but overall that was fine. Solid Rico 4. Yeah, that is a secret that gives people a lot of trouble when they're starting out speedrunning this game. And that's actually something, this game is a lot more beginner friendly than you might imagine. Like, I'm doing a lot of hard stuff, but pretty much every level has easier alternatives that you can do that don't even lose that much time. So I can actually recommend this as a beginner's game. But for Rico 4 in particular, it's an interesting case because going fast actually makes that level easier. Because if you learn a speed strat, you can get consistent cycles on those blocks. And that level becomes a lot easier if you know what to expect, basically. Like, if you know exactly how the blocks are going to be rotated, where the pegs are going to be, it just simplifies the whole thing. And yeah, we're fighting Goober Blooper again. Pretty much the same fight. Nothing much to be said about it. 2 hits and he's done. And there's another shine for us. Okay, so now we're actually going to be surfing on a blooper. This shine is collecting red coins on top of the water. And yeah, there's no like convenient platforms for us to water slide on. We need to use the blooper. The bloopers are interesting because if you crash into walls while riding them, you just straight up die. But there is an exception to this. We use the green blooper because it has the best handling. And all of the bloopers actually have the same top speed, but for the non-pink... Whoa, okay. For the non-pink blooper, so for green and yellow, you need to hold up in order to keep your top speed. So the green blooper is actually the only blooper that can run into walls without dying, and that's just if you're not going at top speed, then you won't die, basically. I like bumped into that pillar at the start at kind of like a weird angle, so it didn't really count as a wall, so it just kind of stopped me and I didn't die, but I actually was holding forward there. So I am actually really fortunate that I didn't die. That could have ended very poorly. So, yeah. I'm a lucky boy. Alright, and now Rico 7, and I always like to do this thing where I teach people how to speedrun this level, so I'm gonna do it right now. It's super easy. Okay. As soon as you start here, you want to jump a little bit to the left, which I'm gonna do. Then you just start walking, and as soon as you touch these stairs, you start spraying while walking, and then you quick kill Shadow Mario. Super easy, anyone can do it. Impress your friends, your family, that girl you like, I don't know. Whoever you want. You're a speedrunner now. Congratulations. So now we're going to finish off the remnants of Bianco Hills that we left behind earlier. I talked about how leaving this for later saves time. And if you notice, for the past 10 odd shines, whenever I've been leaving a level, there's been that cutscene of Shadow Mario holding the Yoshi egg. Those are the cutscenes that I was talking about. So if there's an event in the plaza, like the Gelato Beach level unlock being available, you will get that cutscene. So as soon as Gelato Beach becomes available, we go and unlock it so that we don't get those cutscenes anymore. And that's why it saves time to leave these levels for later. Once you're at 20 shines, it's impossible to avoid those cutscenes. You'll always get one. Because at 20 shines is when Noki Bay unlocks, and that will always give you a cutscene until you defeat Bowser. So the game is just routed to minimize cutscenes. Ooh, I messed that up. Okay. No biggie. That's between 15 and 20 second time loss. Trying to get a momentum spin jump here. There we go. That's a momentum spin jump. It makes use of a weird thing in this game. Rolling out is faster than running. But if you roll out onto a sloped surface, Mario will actually keep the rollout speed and he will walk at that speed. And then you can use that speed in order to get a jump that goes a lot higher and faster than you normally would be able to go. Anyway, do some tricky jumps. But yeah. That momentum spin there is kind of tricky. I mess it up somewhat regularly. One of my older PBs actually died twice on that, which is pretty silly. But yeah, it happens. And then we got another Shadow Mario right here. And that leaves us with 2 Shadow Marios left. Serena Beach and Noki Bay are the levels that we still need to complete. Serena Beach is the area with the most luck in the game. There's 2 boss fights, which are both pretty heavily luck-based. And there's also the cleaning the beach shine, which is kind of annoying. It's not really luck. Not really, it kinda is. It's just really hard to be consistent at that shine. To the person asking if I will get 115 in this run, I can tell you the answer is no. Okay, that was a good Yoshi unlock. Alright. So right off the bat is one of those luck-based boss fights. This is the Manta fight. And this fight is really terrible if you don't know about spam sprays. Luckily, we do know about them, of course. But yeah, even so, basically all the movement of this boss is RNG based, except for the very start. At the very start, when he's huge, he'll come straight towards Mario, unless you're on top of a surface where he cannot reach you. Which is these huts here. Like he doesn't see Mario when you're on these huts. And then he'll actually move away from you. So from this point onwards, the movement's very RNG heavy. They'll still generally come towards me, but not straight towards me. So I want to get these guys down to their smallest sizes, all of them. And when that happens, they'll all become purple. Okay, and there's one more guy over here. I saw him. Oh, out of water. Oh, there's more. There he is. Okay, so that wasn't very good. But yeah, now they're purple, and now they'll all start coming towards me. The smallest guys don't come towards you when they're still in their regular state. They need to be purple. Or magenta, or whatever you want to call this color. Some might even call it pink. But yeah, you just defeat all of these by spraying. Okay, that was not a very good Manta fight. That was solidly below average, which is unfortunate. Sorry, Shadow. I can't look at chat too much. I'm focusing on my commentary. Yeah, that wasn't a great Manta. But yeah, very luck-based, really hard to be consistent on that, so it happens. There's not a lot you can do about it, to be honest. So this world actually has 2 secrets, just like Bianco. This is probably the harder one of the 2, even though it comes first. Oh, okay, that's fine. You don't want to get a ledge grab at the top there, but I did. But it worked out. Ah. Side flips can be really finicky in this game. Like, some controllers just don't like to do side flips. This controller is not the greatest when it comes to side flips. Okay, so here I'm gonna be doing another one of those momentum spins. There we go. Normally you'd have to ride that cog for a lot longer, and it loses like 3 seconds. Momentum spins are really useful. They're used a lot more in the longer categories, but there's a few places here. They're actually useful in both of the secrets here in Serena. Next up is another really short shine. Now, casually, this is actually quite a long one. This is the one where you're meant to find a pineapple for Yoshi, and then use Yoshi to clear your way by eating ghosts in the attic. But once again, we can abuse the shoddy collision in this game by with a fruit, just like we did in Gelato Beach Skip. And we can just skip straight to the shine. Very nice skip. It skips a bunch of luck-based areas as well. Well, there's only really one. But there's this one particular part in this level where you need to spray a bunch of panels until they line up, and it's pretty much luck-based. They behave really strangely. Those are also in this shine, the casino secret, but luckily, once again, we can skip them. So in the casino, you're supposed to play the slots and then play this panel flipping minigame where you need to make a picture of a shine by flipping panels with FLUDD. And it's really annoying because the water just sprays everywhere and the panels flip when you don't want them to. But yeah, they didn't really take great care in making sure that the top of that area is impenetrable. So if we go high enough here, we can grab onto a ledge up here, invisible ledge, and just jump over and go into the secret pipe. This secret's pretty straightforward. You just need to dodge these blocks for the most part. This is just straightforward jump dives. And then here we do another momentum spin. This time a different kind. Here we do a running momentum spin. Like that. So you could actually see the fast walking there. I rolled out onto the cube and then Mario was running a lot faster than he usually does. And now we've got the second luck-based boss fight in this world coming up. This is actually the last major instance of luck in the game, so the final phase of the game is actually pretty much entirely skill-based, which is nice. But yeah, this is still really late into the run, and it can kill all your hopes and dreams. We need to fight King Boo, and this guy's literally a slot machine. Now, all things considered, he's pretty lenient for a slot machine, but yeah, for a speedrun, we would definitely prefer if he was a little bit more lenient. I need to ground pound that, okay. So we want fruits on this guy. Fruits are his weakness. You can't get fruits in a row. There needs to be something in between. So right off the bat here, we want fruit. Okay, I got fruit, so that's perfect so far. Now I need to throw a pepper into his mouth and then a different fruit, and that will hit him. And we need to do that 3 times. So this next cycle cannot be fruits. And the game won't give me fruits again until I let him throw something else onto the battlefield. So I need to wait for him to spit out whatever it is he's gonna give me. It's enemies in this case. And then I walk under him and that makes it disappear. And now I can get fruits again. So now I need to hope that I get fruit, which I do. So we're still on perfect luck. Oh wow. I was like looking at where that durian was going and it was bouncing all over the place. I got kind of distracted. So I missed the papaya that I was trying to grab. Okay, so now I need to wait again. So if I were to get another cycle after this that's not fruit, I don't have to wait for him to spit it out. I can just walk under him and cancel it immediately. So if I get an extra cycle now, which I do, I can immediately walk under. That's how this fight works. Okay, that's another extra cycle. We don't have to wait for that. We just need the 3rd fruit cycle now. Okay. There was a question mark in the center there before I sprayed him, and that actually means that you are guaranteed gonna get fruit. We don't know why that is. There's actually someone working on figuring out exactly how this fight works. As we speak. They're basically digging into the game's code to find that out, but we don't know everything about it yet. It would be really cool if there was a way to manipulate this fight in order to always get good luck. Because, you know, that's the reason why we use the term RNG in speedrunning generally, is that it's not truly luck. There is an algorithm inside the game that just calculates a number, and based on that, you get a certain outcome. So if these algorithms aren't very, aren't very good, then you can manipulate them, basically. But modern games tend to have very good RNG algorithms. Especially on home consoles. Some of the more recent Pokemon games do have manipulatable RNG, which is pretty cool. We are probably going to be seeing at least some of that tomorrow. No, that was... I forget. Are the Pokemon runs tomorrow or are they on Sunday? I looked at the schedule. I know there's a bunch of Pokemon runs. We're going to be seeing that. We're going to be seeing some RNG manipulation there, probably. Check out the schedule. I haven't looked at it enough, apparently. But yeah, it would be really cool if we could find something like that in this game. Okay, yeah, this is why I said this level is not really luck, but it's just kind of an annoying level. On the Japanese version, you need to clean almost all of the goop. Like, it's really tight. But on the international releases of this game, this level's a lot more lenient. So I got kind of unlucky there, like, not really unlucky, but I just hadn't cleaned enough goop. Spam sprays are actually luck-based, like, exactly where the water will go, so that's why people tend to call it luck. But you can get very consistent at that level. It's just hard. Okay, Pokemon is tomorrow. It's been confirmed. Alright, second to last Shadow Mario. Wablamo, let's get some coins. Okay, we got 3 coins, that's not bad. I always just like to get the coins there. Those torches are really weird. When we do 100 coins in that level for the longer categories, those torches can be quite the pain. Sometimes you just spray it a million times and the coin still doesn't pop out. It makes you want to tear your hair out. Alright, final area, Noki Bay. There is basically no luck in this level. There's a very small amount here, where some blobs can kind of mess you up. But it's generally considered to be an RNG-free area. Like right here, you can get messed up by a blob. And this is cycle-based, when he can throw these bombs. Ugh, I'm messing up really badly here. Okay, whatever. Could have been worse. I had some trouble getting up to the platform. That was the second cycle that's possible to get. The first cycle is really difficult, and I didn't go for the strat that allows you to get it, simply because I'm not very consistent at it. But yeah, that's like insanely hard. The downfall of Noki Bay is that there are a few quite boring shines. This one is quite interesting though. Gooper Blooper is actually in this level. You're supposed to fight him a 3rd time in this game, but once again, walls are optional, so we're actually gonna go to the shine without fighting him. Because the shine is already here in the level. Normally you just need to beat Gooper Blooper in order to access its location. But if you go through the wall here using this spring, you can get to the shine without fighting him. Like that. And that makes it a really quick and easy... Well, there's some kinda hard movement to get up there, but yeah, it's still a pretty easy and short shine. Just take it a bit slower than it's really free. This is one of the aforementioned boring shines. You need to collect 8 red coins underwater. This is supposed to prepare you for the upcoming boss fight, which is also in an underwater arena. But yeah, from a speedrunning perspective, this is just not interesting. This movement's pretty easy. It's hard to optimize, but it's also hard to screw up all the same. And there we go, that's 8 red coins. Alright, so coming up is the eel boss fight, and this is probably the shine that new players have the most trouble with. Now, this fight isn't actually that hard, but The underwater hovering mechanic that was used in the last shine is only used in that shine and in this shine, in this run. And only in one more shine in the game, actually. Only Noki 8 also makes use of it, which we don't do in this category. So it... Basically, you're required to get good at this underwater movement for just this shine, because in episode 3, it's really easy. Like, collecting the red coins is not hard. But then on this shine, all of a sudden, it is hard. And it could be really rough to adjust to it. It took me a really long time to get good at this shine as well. But yeah, it's actually a really fun shine once you get good at it. You need to clean these teeth really quickly. Want to clean 6 before he tries to eat us, basically. Okay. Got that. Now we're on to the last tooth. So here's a cutscene skip, actually. I take damage, and because I'm invincibility framed, I'm in invincibility frames, the cutscene doesn't trigger. Now, the cutscene still happens, because this is what happens during the cutscene. The eel just kind of disappears. But the reason that this saves time is because we get to stay down here. And normally, after that cutscene ends the way that it's supposed to, you would be warped really high up in the area. And then you need to spend around 15 seconds just falling down to get to the shine. And that's why that cutscene skip saves time. So it's a pretty nice thing. It's good that we can do that. And then our good old friend Piantissimo shows up again, and oh, this rope can be a little tricky. He's just as boring as ever. He's even slower in this level. He takes like half a minute to finish. A few seconds more than he did in Pianta Village. But he actually bonks at the start here. Watch. Bonk. He claims to be the speed man, but he doesn't even know what the word speed means. He does actually get pretty darn fast if you beat him a few times. Like, that's a pretty cool thing that they didn't do with Koopa the Quick in SM64. But in this game, if you beat Piantissimo and you come back to challenge him again, he gets faster. And the fastest, like, movements that he can do are actually pretty hard to beat. Especially, if you're not abusing water slides. They're, like, almost impossible. Yeah, there's also a Piantissimo race in Gelato Beach. That one's probably the hardest one, actually, because in order to beat him there, you need to do some pretty tricky wall kicks in a certain spot, and that one actually got me a few times when I was a kid. Okay, so here's the last secret level. This is a famous choke point. People refer to this as Chokey 6 a lot. It's a hard secret. It's literally the second to last shine before the boss fight, the final boss fight. And it has killed a lot of runs by a lot of people. Ah, didn't get the wall kick. Wow, my triple jump didn't work. Look at him, he's just standing. Okay, so that's a good example of what I was talking about when I was in Rico 4. Because I didn't get that wall kick, I was on a cycle that I wasn't used to, and that basically messed up my movement to the point where I ended up dying. And that can be really rough, and it's really easy for that to happen on these secret levels. That's why they're so unforgiving. Is that as soon as you make a mistake, you're flying blind a lot of the time. Like, you don't know what you're doing anymore. It probably wasn't very smart of me to try and go for a triple jump there, because I knew that triple jumps are hard to do on those rotating blocks. For some reason, it's probably because the ground level is moving while you're landing on it. Like, it either makes it hard to time the jump, or maybe the game just kind of has trouble with it. I don't know, but triple jumps don't tend to work very well on those rotating blocks. So I probably just shouldn't have done that. But yeah, that happens, and that happens when you're on good pace, and then you're not a happy camper. Yeah, this is a marathon run, so I'm not too fussed about it. I am a little disappointed because I was actually on 117 pace, which is pretty darn good for a marathon, but yeah, that's just gonna be in 118, assuming that I don't die on the final level. Speaking of that final level, Corona Mountain. It's a pretty easy place to die. That being said, it's definitely not the hardest level in the game. If you're doing the strats that I'm doing right now. There are some strats here that are ridiculously hard. I know how to do them. I'm not gonna do them right now. I suggest you look at the world record video if you want to see them. Because Nindide is a madman and he does the strat. Yeah, I'm gonna take it a little bit safe here. It wasn't very long ago that these strats were still considered optimal, so I wouldn't really call it taking it safe per se, but safer, I guess, is the correct terminology here. These fires, they don't like to go out sometimes. And this boat, I know a lot of you probably really hate this boat from when you were a kid, but when you're a speedrunner, you need to learn how to control it. And it's actually not that bad. And that was a rocket buffer, and there you could see me use a sidestep, actually. I didn't mention that earlier. I also used sidestepping in Serena Beach 4 in the casino, but basically what I did there is I shot the rocket in a way that the game is like, nah, you're not allowed to rocket, but the game still stores the fact that you shot a rocket. And if you sidestep, then the game doesn't realize that it's supposed to throw away, like, that rocket that you stored. So you still get to shoot all the way up. And by doing that twice, we skip all of those clouds there that you're normally supposed to rocket onto. It saves quite a bit of time. It's a really nice glitch, and it's very useful in 120 shines in particular. But yeah, final boss fight. Time is when I ground pound this last panel. And time. Alright. That is it for Super Mario Sunshine. The final boss fight is really not very interesting. You just ground pound 5 times and you're done. They really could have made a better boss fight for this, in my opinion. But yeah, you know, the game had to end somehow, and this is how they decided to do it, I suppose. That was a 1:18:30 by my timing, 1:18:35 on the stream. Somehow, don't know quite how that works. But yeah, that was a pretty darn good run, I have to say. I really can't complain about that. If only it wasn't for Choky 6. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. These things happen. And yeah, I'm gonna be handing it off to 3 different people here. We've got Mr. Mean Mustache, Smurfy, and Richie. They're gonna be, I guess they're gonna be racing 70 Star in Super Mario 64. So that's gonna be freaking hype. So you guys definitely want to stick around for that. And yeah, I'm gonna wish you guys a good day / evening / night / morning, whatever the heck you want. Thank you all for watching. This was Super Mario Sunshine Any%. And yeah, I hope you guys have fun with the rest of the marathon.